Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, beautiful people. My name is Francine, and this is my channel, The Hermetic Herald. Thank you guys so much for your patience as I get these videos out. There's so many things to talk about, so many people in the world that we care about and want to know more about. I have a huge list, so if you were told that I was going to add it to the list, I most definitely added it to the list. But I'm going in a method, or taking the method of looking at what is going on in the collective and what news reports are coming out that I see, and I'm like, okay, that's someone that everyone's talking about, let me talk about them. I tend to kind of gauge what is going on in our climate. So if you don't see your reading yet, it's not on purpose to, in a negative way, for me to hold off on something you want to know. It's more so there's so many, and I try to get through them. Trust me, I try. As one person dealing with so many spirit teams, so many people, you have to check in with yourself and say, is it too much for me right now? Is there a lot going on for that person, and therefore the information's hard to decipher? I have to always check in with myself and with them. So I feel like when I check in with myself and I feel like there's someone else to talk about, it's not to look down upon your suggestion. It's just not the time. Okay, there may be other people that can touch on it prior to me that might help, but I feel like the way I go about this is a little different. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that out of respect and love for all of the people that come across my path, I do know and see every comment. Okay. And I just want to kind of reiterate that, and I also want to reiterate that sometimes spirit has a way of like not letting negative comments come to me. I've had situations where I felt the energy come towards me in a comment like, oh, this person is trying to talk to me about something, but then I don't get it, or it doesn't come through. I get weird stuff like that all the time, evil eye and all of that, but I get a lot of positivity and love, so I'm not going to discount that. So if you guys are trying to send comments that are offensive for me or someone else, they may not come through. Sometimes I just literally don't see them, and then I'll just get like a nudging, like someone's trying to say something, maybe you should address this. So it just depends on the climate. So I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from and about all of the things that I do on this platform. All the information I provide is for the highest good of these celebrities as well as us. So today I'm going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Drake, as requested from a lovely supporter who did provide a coffee for me. So they did a buy me a coffee, and I feel like out of love for the people that watch my videos, I really want to see what's going on with them. But their spirit team said I can do a reading on the condition that I talk to Rihanna's spirit team, because there's something about Rihanna coming through. So if you guys are okay with Rihanna, you don't mind me adding in like a section about Rihanna and Drake, they want to talk about it. So if you guys are interested, let's continue. So let's keep going. Let's look at the message between the two of them, between Nikki and Drake. What can we learn, spirit team, about Nicki Minaj and Drake? Aubrey Graham. Let's talk about these two, Annika and Aubrey. What is the message between these two people? The number 4 came to mind, which is about stability, and I feel as though stability is something that is important to note here. We're going to look into why stability is coming through for these two. What message or what overarching theme is significant for Nicki Minaj and Drake? Oh my god, so many. Jeez, I feel like this is important though. I feel like this is important. What's funny is that, do you want these? There's so many. Jeez. Any more? Is there anything else, Spirit, that you'd like to talk about with regards to Nicki Minaj and Drake? Let's start. Alright, bottom of the deck here is refining galactic lineage. So they have a galactic lineage. They are not just earthly people. They have a physical body in this reality, but they are, most celebrities, I would argue, are not from here. in the sense that they have like a lineage and they have had experiences elsewhere. This is something that I talk about in some of my readings. Next card is Complete Surrender, number 70, and Seeds of Polarity. These terms may sound foreign, but I'm going to go and break it down for you guys. First card that came out for them was Masculine Principle. This was from the Lyran star system. So they come from a lot of masculine energy. Their connection is masculine energy, masculinity. Nicki Minaj has gotten this in her reading in the past. She is very masculine in the sense that her soul likely came in the form of a man many times. You can still have a balance between the two, but she tends to not err, ERR, but she tends to lean towards the masculine side of her, which is more about putting and impressing and exploring her creativity physically. Like it's like something you can't ignore. She's a very, she shines. You can see her, you know something different is afoot with Nicki Minaj. There's something about her energy, and I think that's because of her principles with regards to masculinity. She has a great way of impressing upon you something about herself without, it's almost suggestive, like it's not forcefully done. Beautiful in that it's like a star that shines. You cannot ignore it. Masculine energy is very beautiful to behold. So I want you guys to see that, okay? What's interesting is that the next card that came through was Feminine Principle. So we have masculine and feminine. I think Drake embodies some feminine principle that we're going to be talking about. So if you look at the two of them, one's representing the masculine heavily and one's representing more of the feminine between the two of them. We're going to look at the principle and what that means. But I shuffled all these cards, 108 cards, and we got masculine and feminine principles coming through. Next one we have is Integrity, okay? Number 101. Then we have Belief Systems. There's two cards here. They were stuck together. Whoa. Okay, Belief Systems and Desperation coming through. And then we have Fluidity. Nicki Minaj is meant to impart into Drake's life a sense of integrity, of being honest and being true to yourself to the very end, to always being true to yourself, to always sticking to your guns and not letting something transform you or just becoming a statistic is what I'm hearing. So I'm channeling right now. Hold on one second. They're two polar opposites energetically. Nikki is a very polar opposite. Some would say they're similar, but in reality, I'm getting that they have, It's almost like a brother and sister type vibe in that one could go on one side and one is always going to choose the opposite. They're very expressive in their music and in their artistry of the polar opposites of life, masculine and feminine energy, and the forms in which it comes in. People expect Drake to be the masculine one in this energy between them. No, he is the feminine principle. He embodies more of the feminine principle, and I would say in past lives, he likely had a lot of past lives as a feminine, primarily feminine energy, maybe even divine feminine, but a woman as well. So physically embodying it as well. He has experiences like that, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's touched into his feminine a bit more. Integrity coming through is interesting. And that's why I feel like Nicki Minaj shows Drake the integrity of your walk in the music industry. There's something about her being very staunch about her integrity. Belief systems, deep down, if it's not already known to you guys, they have some belief systems that are being addressed here that they're holding on to. This could be like Christianity. It could be religious in its essence. But there is this energy of desperation that came through. Desperation with clinging to something in order to secure your integrity. I feel like Drake does not cling as heavily to his belief systems as heavily as Nicki does. And I feel like that's a distinction between them. This is the sign, and you're seeing the essence of one person who has chosen to walk in their integrity through their belief systems. And then one, Drake, who is not sticking into or focusing on belief systems in order to have that integrity. Their integrity comes from different places. Desperation is interesting. I think Drake is showing Nicki Minaj how to also loosen up a bit with with belief systems. Because I feel like there's some that will get tied up in religion or in spirituality to an extent where they think that it's always going to be linear or good, evil, right? There's something else going on here in just them existing. They don't have to be best friends, but there's an energy of them existing and showing two opposite poles of how you can live your life and also surrender to your life, to what you have in this life and what you can create, and letting it go. Desperation will definitely impact how you move when you are desperate for something or you're desperate to cling on to some idea of integrity. So let's keep going and get deeper into this message here. I don't feel like I'm supposed to read from the book right now. I feel like I should just channel what I'm getting from them. Okay, let's keep going. This is coming through recognition, reward for merit. Okay, so there's this desperation to be rewarded for what you do. The desperation of what will come of life at the end of the rope. What will be at the end waiting for you after doing what you've done. This is likely about principles in the Christian faith, and it's coming through because I feel like it's relevant to one or both of them. The idea of recognition for your work and of coming to a collective, coming to an ending of your experience through death and recognizing that you did all of the things you were meant to do and more. There is a desperation energy coming through with that Nikki might need to be aware of. I think Nikki is getting this primarily. We have two things. You will be shown the way. She will be shown the way. They will both be shown the way. Don't be tempted to lower your standards, though. Okay. Ooh, so many things. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. There's something about desperation affecting their intuition. Desperation will definitely impact the things that are meant to happen in Nicki's life specifically, and Drake's as well. I'm getting something about Drake. Hold on one second. What is it about Drake, Spirit? Because I feel like they want me to do these two for him. Hidden secrets will harm you, and you will be taken care of in difficult times. There's a desperation on his end that's a bit different. It's not a clinging to a belief system. It's more so a desperation with how people all operate around Drake. He needs to know that he's going to be taken care of in difficult times, but that hidden secrets will harm him. So there's some secrets on his end, and he may have a desperation to cling to it. At what cost, though, is the question. What are those secrets? Is there anything you'd like to tell us about that? Feeling tied down or frustrated. He's feeling tied down by his contract with someone, with his record label, a long journey, either physical or mental, that will leave you wiser at the end. He's going through it. There are some things that Drake will not forget that he has experienced in the industry. There are things that he's carried with him. And I don't know if I would consider it badges of honor, but he tries to see it that way. And it's to help him mentally get through certain things that he's not happy with, that he sees or that he's experienced. Let's keep going. We have take care, enemies are working against you. He has some people that are enemies to him that are trying to affect, and I'm hearing social change or change something or trying to talk about all of his business and his information. Someone may try to release some information about him. in July of this year. Pathological liar, though, is what I'm hearing. So this person is a pathological liar, and I think it's not going to work. He's actually going to get something out of it. So they want to give you that information about Drake's side. Before we even get into like the relationship, okay? I hope you guys don't mind. I just want to get a bigger picture of this. Family wishes come true. I keep hearing Onika or Annika, so I feel like they want me to talk to her and refer to her that way, Nicki Minaj. Annika, family wishes come true. They're very proud of her. They know she has gone through some journey, and it's self-empowerment, and I'm hearing selflessness. There's something about them seeing something come to fruition through her decision in life and her decisions in life. They've gotten her to a point that they're very proud of. There's also, wow, you are on the road to success for Annika. So she's on the road to success. He is having to deal with some secrets that are not keep hearing formidable. They're not like, they keep talking about how he's going to be taken care of through these secrets that he's hiding, but someone's going to try to talk about them. But this person is a pathological liar, and I feel as though they won't a lot of people won't believe them anyway. So just be aware of that. July is significant, okay? I'm hearing breath. What about breath? Family matters. And we also have a parting of the way in romance or business. So he might have some parting of the way in business with a family member. Someone that might get, that might not be a good fit for him. Like Drake has a friend, a family member and friend that he works with from time to time. This person's not a good fit for him. He might have to part ways with this person. They could be family in a sense, like they've known each other for quite some time. They could be blood or not, but they're very close, and he has to get out of that situation. When this person gets out of the situation, it'll be good for him. So they're telling me about his experiences right now, dissatisfaction with life. He's not feeling satisfied with where life is going right now. So it's two experiences. At the end of the day, though, I think Nicki Minaj is focusing on, Annika is focusing on her work, and they're both in a position of authority within the industry. They just want you to know what the ancestors, what their spirit team is saying about that. All right, we'll see what those secrets are if it comes out again. If there's something else to talk about here. All right, so let's get into how they feel about each other. Okay, if you guys are enjoying this so far, please like, share, and subscribe. Liking means so much for the algorithm and also for stats so that people can see this message. Let's look at this. How does Nikki or Annika feel towards Drake externally? Okay, put that down here. Anything else here for how she feels externally towards him? Anything else at all? Nope, that's it. What's her internal feelings towards him? How does she feel about Drake internally? All right. What does Drake feel externally towards Nikki? Okay. What does Drake feel externally? Anything else? Externally. What does he feel internally? Oh, interesting. Anything else internally? Okay, this too. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the moon, the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Wands, or Eight of Pentacles. It's the energy of, I don't know, there's some secrets between them, okay, guys? You guys need to know that there's some secrets, that they are indecisive about each other. I think they have like two-faced energy sometimes between each other, meaning they're not intentionally trying to be two-faced, but sometimes I feel like they do talk about each other in a negative way, and sometimes they have positive things to say. So it's just kind of like a brother-sister dynamic where you talk about, you feel a certain way about certain things, but you don't really talk about it for some reason. Some siblings talk about it, but I'm just getting the energy of like indecisiveness, and then getting distracted by work and going into your work and then moving on. It's kind of like a professional relationship, but it's like more so career related, and it's like I care for you, but I also don't really know you that well. There's some depth in this where I feel as though there's some secrets that are going to be shown in time. The moon is really what gets me. I just feel like there's so many things that we don't know about these two. What are some, is there anything you'd like to say about that? Okay, so we have the Three of Wands in reverse. Usually the Three of Wands is about moving on to a brighter horizon. You've already decided and prepared your way to get into another section or to go forward with a plan. When it's in reverse, that means that there were plans that were forsaken is what I'm hearing. There were plans with them that were forsaken. Bottom of the deck is the Empress, the King of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. What else can we learn about the moon energy here, Spirit? We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. Ooh, okay. There's something between these two. I feel as though Nikki took, like, the word is escaping me. It's like took initiative in saying, no, we shouldn't do this. But I feel like there's something between them. And it kind of like ran its course. If you guys have any, like, if you guys know anything, please let me know. But I'm almost getting the feeling that there's something romantic there. There is something there, but it ran its course and it was stopped very quickly. Like with a quickness, they stopped it, and it was her specifically, Nikki. She found out the truth about something about Drake, and she did not like it. And I wonder about that. I wonder what she found out about him. Okay. Let's keep going. We have the Lovers sideways, the King of Cups sideways, and we have the King of Swords. Yeah. How he loves people is significant. His relationships and how he operates in them. She saw the truth of the situation with him, and something was halted very quickly. We also have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the Justice in reverse. He's really imbalanced. I feel as though she ran away from him and she was like, oh, you're interested in me? I'm gonna basically do the Seven of Wands to you. I'm just gonna like throw you out, or I'm gonna like hold you at bay. It feels as though Drake was interested in Nikki. And what happened was she saw something about him that was really broken. Something about his way of loving people or loving women. His way of operating. Family. There's some unbalanced energies with family, with how he sees marriage or relationships. She was not happy about it, but she was like, oh, I still care for him, but there's like this divide between the two of them. She saw the truth of a situation with him and ran out and ran away. There's more to that, okay, but let's keep going. What's the external vibe that Nikki has? What is her external feelings? It's the Queen of Wands towards him. So she feels in her power, she feels enlightened by him, she feels like she is dominating in the sense that she feels comfortable and she feels like she's a queen. Like that he externally sees her as such and respects her. There's respect, admiration, determination. So she sees him that way as well, sees him as a partner. What's interesting is how when we had the card, the feminine principle, and I attributed that primarily to Aubrey, to Drake, I feel like Nikki sees that in him, like him as the Queen of Wands as well, someone who is empowered, but also has an energy about them where they're very fluid. So energy externally is this, independence, determination and such. For Drake, how does he feel? He feels the Wheel of Fortune towards her. So Drake feels like she is someone that is fated, that was fated for him to come across in regards to their paths intersecting and them engaging in living life the way that they're living it now in the public eye. So he feels like it was meant to be. He feels like it was a great fortune to his life to know Nikki. So, okay, that's what we have so far, but let's get into it. Let's get into the internal vibe that Nikki has towards him. She has the Knight of Wands, the Temperance in reverse, which is Sagittarius energy in reverse, and we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I heard right away headache. So sometimes she feels like he's a headache. She feels like he's messed up mentally, or like he has something going on mentally and she's not happy with that. She feels like he worries her. She feels worried. She feels unbalanced around him, and she feels like almost like he's a young, like a schoolboy type energy, like running in. When he runs in, like when she comes into contact with him, she feels he's unbalanced in some way and feels a little worried for him. So that's not really a good energy to have. That tells me that she doesn't feel quite calm with him. She feels a little bit anxious around him, and off kilter, which is Sagittarius energy upside down, which is not good. She is the Sagittarius energy, and I feel like if she's in reverse, that's not a good thing. So externally they come off this way, like empowered, you know, you're in the game, we're both in the game, and we're both respected and honored. And Drake feeling like this was fortunate that it's fortunate that we met each other and that we came together at the time that we did in the way that we did. This is externally how they present themselves in the media. They don't try to project any negativity, but right now what I'm seeing about it is that she feels like he's an immature energy. He's a knight running around having sex, doing all these different things, lewd things, but doesn't have balance. She doesn't think he's balanced. She thinks that he's like, he might even be a little paranoid. Okay, because Nine of Swords in reverse is paranoia. Okay, and so yeah, so I got some water and we're gonna continue. Okay, so okay, we had that come through, the paranoia aspect of him being constantly worried and her worrying about him as well. What does he feel though? First card we have is the Eight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. So there are things that Drake wants to communicate with Nikki, things he wants to say, things he wants to impart or share with her, but he's very tied up and unsure. So I don't know why this energy is coming through this way. Just the energy of like someone who's unsure and stuck. Like when it comes to Nikki, wanting to tell her things, wanting to incite something or give her insight on something, but being very hesitant to do so. I don't know why he feels that way. Why is the Page of Pentacles here? Interesting. I heard Broadmoor. Does anyone know what that is? Broadmoor. We have the Hierophant here, the Queen of Cups, and the Empress, guys. He has feelings for her, or has had feelings for her, very deep feelings. And he's not being honest with himself. Or he's afraid to tell her. Maybe he's already tried to say it before. Interesting. Please clarify this information, Spirit. We have major challenge to overcome. Temptation will test you. He sees her as a source of temptation. Yeah, waiting for news, package letter. It's almost like he's waiting. I feel like he has waited for her in the past, like waited for the opportunity to be with her or to date her, to have sex with her, just some interaction with her. And I feel like he was waiting and he feels like someone came between them. This is another woman came in between him and her. And this was a distant friend for Nikki. Some distant friend maybe said something to try to cross them, like to prevent this from happening. And she found out something from them, Nikki, and said no. But something happened, communication-wise. The most difficult part of the situation is over. And I feel like the rainbow is significant. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, and awareness and understanding. And someone you know is undependable and insincere, as well as you will receive a gift. He's learned a lot from the situation with Nikki, whatever happened in the past between them. And I'm hearing 2018 is significant as well. So if you guys know of anything that happened between them in 2018 or 2008, there's multiple times where someone behaved stupidly with the turkey card on their success. Like they could have compromised the other. So I feel like Drake was the one that compromised himself or something with regards to Nikki. And it says here, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. He feels like someone came in between the two of them coming to fruition. And I feel like it might be Rihanna. That is why I feel like I need to do a reading on her and him. He feels like someone came in between, like a potential something here with between the two of them. And it didn't work out because of this person saying something. And he hated that. He really wishes this person wouldn't have said anything. So there's something here. Heartache over what you no longer have. We also have sorrow over a loss. And then, yeah, just a number of months. But I feel like that's not the important part. It's the message within this that's important. So I'm going to put these here. There's more. So what else do you want to say about these two? Spirit team. 10 of Cups is coming through. We also have a 2 of Cups, guys. Wowzers. 6 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and yeah, the Wheel of... What? So we have 4 cards, 5 cards total. As I said earlier, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, or Knight of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. I'm getting the energy that something is going on between these two. When you see the 4 of Pentacles, that's notorious for hiding something. That's usually about hiding something for quite some time and hoping for something to kind of go. It's like kind of going in your favor later on. So you're waiting, you're holding off on something, but you're hoping for that to happen. Is this on? Are Drake and Nicki Minaj like seeing each other, Spirit? In some way? We have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Cups, and we have the Hanged Man. They care for each other. There's nostalgia about something that happened in the past for them. And there's also this deliberation, like waiting. You guys, please tell me what you guys know about this, because I'm feeling like there's something here. There's something more to them than just friendship, and it's coming through that way. And I feel like one party, Nikki's particularly not comfortable. She's kind of worried or thinks that he's going through something, but I feel like he emotionally, Drake, has some I'm hearing source of contention with someone that prevented them from coming together in the past. And he's holding on to something with regards to her. I feel like there's something between them. I don't care how crazy it makes me seem. I don't care. I'm reading the tarot, and what I'm getting is that there's something between these two. We need to clear the board and continue on. Energetically, we need to just keep moving and see what else comes through here. Hey guys, so I am back to finish out this reading. I felt like I needed to pause to take care of things here at home because life does not end no matter what. Like your typical things you do in a day can vary. So let's keep going. What are the archetypes that we should know? What are the archetypes we should know about Nikki and Drake here? I'm hearing standpoint a lot, so I had to say that. But like, I feel like as far as Nikki and Drake's standpoint, there's something more to their relationship than meets the eye. I feel like they've been mediators for each other. specifically Nicki, going back into the mediator, I feel like Nicki Minaj has been a mediator of sorts for Drake and has helped, I'm hearing close in alliances, like hold, I'm hearing people accountable as well, and helping Drake as well with people that he liked less or did not really appreciate as much. She was able to kind of bridge a gap between him and other people that he did not like. So there are people that, you know, on her end that she would appreciate and like, that had doubts or something about Drake, and she would help close in and kind of help them understand what he's all about. So that's a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, and also respect for both sides of an argument. Okay, so there was, whoa, dilettante came through. Dilettante is also another archetype that wanted to come through. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So she was helpful and instrumental in helping him not become superficial in some regards to how he pursued music, and also how he perceived the industry as well. They want us to know that. What else would you like to say about Nikki? We also have Judge. She was a judge archetype in their relationship. She was fair, tried to be fair and balanced, tried to also make sure that distribution of power was fair between the two of them. So if someone tried to discount her in some way in their label, or another artist tried to discount them, she would always try to be like, wait, no, we're equals. We're equals, and try to balance out distribution of funds, of money. Very compassionate and very fair. Anything else? She's also really good with money and entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches here. We also have Avenger. She is really on the side of helping other people through, like, I'm hearing karma, but also righteousness in the sense of like justice with people and the industry, and with people that are in management roles, that are in control or somehow have some take or say in how funds are attributed. She is the Avenger. She's also surrenders a lot of things to the divine, which is what I feel like with regards to her belief systems. I feel like that's a big part of her life. She trusts the divine completely, and she's also a student. Now, in regards to, wow, this wants to come through. She's also benevolent. She's like a king archetype. So that also brings in the enlightenment that I felt earlier with her, and also her masculine principle that we talked about earlier. Let's get into Drake's dynamic with her. How does he operate? What are his light attributes? We have Exorcist. So freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. The Exorcist archetype is someone who is able to get to the depths of things. He doesn't like shallow energies, shallow relationships. In the sense of like he would rather honor deep friendships with people. And so with her, he feels like they were helping each other through difficult experiences, destructive impulses in life. I wonder what impulses he was helping free. What energies, what else can you tell me about that? Yeah, athlete, of trying to feel like invincible, of feeling like, so he has a tendency of pushing past his physical limitations, of trying to also impress her in some ways, but also developing like this willpower, like focusing on the objective and getting to it no matter what the cost, and also having very strong spirit about him. He has a very strong spirit, very strong way of looking at the world, of like being on top of the world. God archetype for him, unsurprisingly. In the relationship, he tends to be pretty compassionate to the people that he cares about, and he cares for her, recognizing the internal force within himself and others. He is the rebel and the artist. Wow, he is the hero. He wants to be her hero. Passion for a journey of self-empowerment. He wants to make sure that he comes with the knight archetype. I feel like he likes to heal through sex, or likes to integrate sex into his healing practice, but it's not even a real practice in the sense of like there's a sign and there's a business code or like a EIN or FEIN thing going on. If you guys know what that is, great. But yeah, he's a healer in the sense of he tends to do that in relationships. He tends to heal certain aspects or help people heal. Serves others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Now, when you're not in this energy, like the light attribute, you could be taking advantage of others. So he needs to be careful of his balance, of making sure that he's, I'm hearing fluidity a lot, making sure that he's receiving help and also giving of himself in serving other people too, and repairing their spirit, their body, their mind, helping them facilitate it. Because you can't heal the person, they need to be willing to heal. Knight archetype, loyalty, romance, and chivalry. He likes to be chivalrous with her. I also get the guide archetype. He tries to guide people he cares about. I feel like he tries to guide her as well. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself, but I feel like she has a lot to teach him. Okay, I think he tried to guide her in the beginning when she was starting off. Interesting. If you guys are hearing my cards do that, unfortunately something spilled, some water, and I'm really upset because I had no idea, so now I need to air these out. Is there any shadow attributes, anything else? I'm hearing Cupid. He's like a Cupid to her. Learning the transcendent nature of service to a cause or oneself. So, interesting. I'm getting an interesting vibe from this. Drake likes when women take control in some situations, or a lot of situations. He likes the control aspect of like someone else taking it on and him becoming the martyr. I'm just getting a sexual connotation with this card in particular. Service to the woman, service to the partner that he's with. So something like that between them. Something like that. I don't know if I want to go into that. Liberator. Helps free people and others from outmoded beliefs. So he's not about the outmoded beliefs of masculine and feminine energies. He believes there's some things that are intrinsic that are important, but I feel like he doesn't like, it's like disempowering the feminine energy as well. So he's learning principles that are catering to the feminine energy. He likes to empower it. Okay. I'm getting a number 618, and I don't know if this is like a zip code, not a zip code, an area code that's significant. So if you guys know, please let me know. Let's keep going. Is there anything else you'd like to say with regards to the relationship between Nicki Minaj and Drake? There's something more about them. I think someone here is going to be mentioning how there's like the shadow attributes that I haven't done that yet. I will get to that. I feel like there's something else though. So we have some cards that flipped over. We're going to take those first. This card came through. The Empress again. So there's something about pregnancy between them. I'm not going to lie or ever or hide what I'm feeling. But there's something with regards to pregnancy here. What would you like to say about the Empress? Why is the Empress here? Seven of Cups to clarify, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. Three of Swords at the bottom. Okay. Let's look at these other cards. We have the Seven of Pentacles that came through, the Two of Cups, the Chariot, the Tower. I feel like I need to say the Chariot's Cancer energy is significant. The King of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Sun. Someone broke free between the two of them, between Nicki and Drake. there were some illusions or like thirsty energy, like desiring of one another, or someone was desiring of the other, and I think it's Drake was desiring Nikki in some capacity sexually. I feel like he got stuck in his head though with her. I feel like he felt like he was going through a mind fuck a little bit, where he felt like his mind, he couldn't see a way out of the thoughts, and he felt kind of stuck. He felt kind of like she really got him stuck. And I don't think he liked that. I think he's used to being an independent individual, independent person. And I feel like he began to look at that relationship between them and consider the idea of them being in a relationship together. I think something big happened between them. And those emotions were fought. There was some fight between them. They would not allow themselves to really open up to that. And there was a lot of tense feelings of like having to put up some guards, to put up some walls, in order to be happy, in order to be free, in order to not change the way they saw each other prior to some sexual or some intimate moment that they had. He sees her as the Empress. Were there any kids, any children, or the concept of that? Ace of Wands. He considered her to be like potential, either she was this is something I'm gonna need you guys to tell me about if you know, but like either she was interested in him sexually, vice versa, and he was interested in having her as his mom, like the mother to his children. Literally thought about having her as the mother to his children and wanting her, but something fell through, something didn't work. Either she had gotten pregnant and something happened, or he wanted her to be pregnant. One of the two, guys. This is what I'm getting. That Empress energy is not getting out of this reading. It's like trying to tell me something. So if you guys know, please let me know. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Moving on to something more emotionally fulfilling, they had a conversation that was not easy about what they wanted in family, what they wanted with regards to their future prospects. They wanted harmony between them at the end of the day. But there was something about like a pregnancy, or something about the thought of having kids, or entertaining that idea, like of being a family at one point. Like, I feel really hard like on Drake's end. Is it on Nikki's end as well, this feeling? Because it seems like that's what's coming through. She was pretty independent, pretty powerful, like in the sense of wanting her own thing, like her own. She wanted to be taken seriously in the industry, and she wanted to be very happy and content. And she felt like this would have messed with things with her in the industry. People would not have seen her as strongly or as confidently or as seriously if she had been in a relationship with Drake. So I feel like she cut that off. But Magician, she wanted to manifest something bigger. She wanted something else. She had an insightful thought, and I'm hearing an insightful conversation with him that really brought out an understanding that she wanted to remain work, friends, professional. But there's something that happened, guys. This is I'm hearing intricately tied. They're intricately tied energetically, and I feel like they need to break through this. This is something that might come up later. Okay. I don't know if we are supposed to know the shadow attributes right now. Let me see what comes through. Are there any shadow attributes that you could help us understand? Shadow attributes for Drake's spirit. Please help us understand what those are. Shadow attributes. If you guys hear my baby, it's because he's awake. So, okay. Anyways, just want to let you know. First one is Don Juan, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Between them, he was trying to use it for private agendas. Wow. So he was really interested in trying to get to have something with Nikki, but then he also had some private agendas about it. Had like a very sexual energy, romantic attraction to her. He also was manipulative and abusing students, teaching them negative traits and destructive skills. He had some skill sets or some things that he said to her to help her in the industry that were not really helpful. I feel as though she had to resist desperately resist certain things that Drake wanted to do or wanted her to do or to involve herself in, and she did not. Also, we have altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So, like, damn. His shadow attributes are pretty severe in the sense of, like, messing with people and manipulation. Manipulating someone's work. Interesting. And these two cards came out, Missing Link and Healing Crisis and Purging. He needs to really purge some things. I think she might even be the link to helping him energetically heal by showing him some of the things that he needs to address. He was... there may have been things that Nikki contributed to him that he did not give her, like, credit where it's due. That that he listened to. Maybe she had a flow or something that she said to him inspired him, and he took it and didn't accurately present that it was someone else's idea, that it was hers. Anything else for the shadow attributes? Addict. He has some addictive patterns. We have compromises integrity and honesty and allows an addictive pattern to have authority over his inner spirit. He has some addictive patterns. Between the two of them, Drake is in some stuff. Like, he's involved with some things. His integrity has been compromised. And I think Nikki clings to her belief systems to help her through that, because she has alliances or at least relationships with people that are not on the right side, in the sense of they're involved with things that are compromising. What is her shadow attributes? 49 is significant. We got that number earlier. 49 is significant for who? For Drake. Something about 49 being important. So she has the slave archetype, which we got earlier. It says giving your willpower to an external force or authority out of fear of making your own choices. And then initially in her career, she had given her authority to people that were not worthy of it, or that were taking over in some capacity in a way that was not healthy, and manipulating or trying to get something out of her. She had to be careful with giving that away to someone. And I'm hearing Gaudry. If you guys know someone with the name Gaudry, they're involved. Betrayal by misusing confidences. We have loss of personal identity. She felt like she was losing her personal identity. She felt like she also, there were things that she heard that she did say to people. Like, she said some things that she was told and misused those confidences. But I don't know if it's always a bad thing when you do that, because some people are doing things that you cannot stand for. There's also the Samaritan, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer, expecting something from another person. And I'm hearing expecto patronum, which is what you use in Harry Potter. It's a spell that was casted when you were when something would try to fearmonger you or try to intimidate you. You would do it as a means to protect yourself from the Dementor, from whatever. I believe it's the Dementors. Those that are trying to bring you down, like bring your mood down, bring down your energy, take away from you. So there's something about vampiric energies and her being able to put a wall of defense up against that. And the way that she would do that is say, hey, if I do this for you, right, are you going to do this for me as well? She had to be tit for tat with some people, because if she was not, they would walk all over her, and she was not going to do it. We also have damsel. So waiting for a knight to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusion. I feel like early on Drake knew about this. And I'm hearing speed. I'm not sure if it was with a quickness that he saw this energy in her and like that it resided in her, this tendency to wait for a knight. In some capacity, she was desiring of a knight early on in her life. Like when she was very young, she wanted to be with someone. She desired it. And I feel like he kind of took that as an opportunity early on when they first met, and was allowed they tried to be, it's like he tried to seduce her with this illusion. And I feel like she still had time, and she got out of that situation with him. Something about the damsel energies, like feeling like she wanted a man to really protect her, to take care of her, all of those things, because you can be powerful and still want that as well. So I feel like she's still, she has to deal with that. She has to be careful with that. He had this come in for a reading for him in the past. Intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potentials. She needs to be careful of her anger. It could really destroy a lot. She loves the power that she has over people as well. Yeah. So we had a lot of information come through for these two. What's their trajectory? What's their trajectory? Okay, we have a Nine of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Five of Cups. I'm hearing love for the music. They're gonna continue to have a relationship because of the love for the music, but there's protection, a wall on both parties' sides. I'm getting like the desire to go back to this. The Destroyer is very important. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. There's something about new life. I mentioned in Nicki Minaj's reading that she may be pregnant again. She may be having another child, because I keep hearing there's multiple, like there's already one in existence that we see. There's another one that's coming. Whether or not she is currently pregnant or not, there is another one. And I feel like there's like this sadness with regards to what was lost in the past, or what was like understood between the two of them, between her and Nikki, her and Drake. I feel like there's a wall. There's a big wall, but there's some secret that's being protected. And you guys, will you know about it? Let's see. Will we find out about it? And I'm hearing ash to dust. Interesting. Is there a phrase with ash to dust? That's significant. King of Wands is here. The Three of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Someone's going to initiate talking about it. It could be Drake that talks about it. And it may be him, and he may be saying it to other people, like with a group of people. There may be an interview of some sort, or just an interaction that he has, and people are going to find out about it. I think he wants to be the person to say it. Something's going to come out about these two, and I feel like Drake is going to say something. I'm hearing Mallory. Don't know who Mallory is. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Something's going to be released. I don't think she wants it to be released, though. Like talked about. Could be Nikki that's feeling that energy. Or this could be Mallory. Whatever that means. This will make more sense later on. Alright. Six of Swords, 10 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. Yeah. This information's going to come out too, and Nikki might even talk more about it. Yeah, the 8 of Wands. Just to move on so she can be happy and keep going on with her life. There may be some information that will come out soon. What month is significant to close? What month is significant, Spirit, for this to occur? So many months. What's a month that's significant? We have December is significant. Something at the end of this year is going to come out for you guys. She was also born in December, correct? So something might happen towards the end of this year that's very significant for this reading. This is going to make more sense in the future. So please let me know if you guys resonate with what has come through so far. If you guys had any inklings towards something, please let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe so people can see this in the algorithm. And I will be back for other readings, more than this. So stay tuned. I'll see you soon.